welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we'll be trading on the MQ or MNQ and then MES for trading, day trading. Alright, today we're gonna be looking at these charts, going over a trade that we could take, potentially take, and maybe explain my strategy. Right now we're just doing stuff on paper trading. Still not ready for a funded account. Soon we'll be doing that though. All right, so let's look at our day chart on MNQ. So we already took our previous day high, and our previous day low, and then on the 4-hour, looks like we are in a bullish trend. So I think we're gonna continue in the bullish trend. We could try to fill into this bearish for value gap right here, or bullish for value gap right here, or the next one right after that. We could be looking to retrace into these and shoot higher, so we could be looking for that. Oops. Don't want to get rid of myself. Alright, whatever. Alright, then our 1 hour. Still kind of looking for that bullish trend. We still have huge fair value gaps right here. Then on the 15-minute, have the bullish fair value gaps are like way down here, which kind of, I think we're just gonna have to stay in this range a little bit, like this buy side liquidity right here, this sell side liquidity, and this other sell side liquidity. Once you break out of one of these, and then we can really decide like what we're gonna do. But yeah, let's hop down. Oh yeah. So let's hop down to the 5-minute time frame. Let's just see what we are going to be doing. So we have on the lower time frame buy side liquidity right here. Oh, buy side liquidity right there. And then we have sell side liquidity right there at the bottom. So I think we're just gonna have to wait to like break one of these structures. Like here's a bearish for value gap. And then we kind of have like another one like right above it, like right here. We don't really have any bullish ones, but we do have this one right here that honestly got respected right there. Contacts are like tweaking, bro. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, once we break one of these liquidity structures, we'll just aim for lower, I think. And yeah, I think it's kind of hard. It's definitely harder at all-time highs. I think we could continue to retrace into that 1 hour for value gap. This is like annoying me, bro, that this isn't straight. Oh, here, man. There we go. All right. Sorry, guys. Now for ES, let's start this. Probably gonna be around the same bias as NQ, but let's just see. So we got the 4 hour. Damn. All right. Yeah, so it continues to look like we're going into a bullish structure here. Previous day high, previous day low. We kind of looks like we kind of already took them out, maybe. So we do got previous day high right here. And then we definitely have previous day low. I'm gonna double check that on NQ because I might have read that wrong. I don't need it that far. I hate that these are not straight. I'm not like super perfect with the computer, you know. Whatever. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. Like if you go, holy moly, bro. But yeah, here's like the hour. So I think we're gonna continue on this uptrend. Maybe break out one of these highs and or one of these lows. 15 minutes. Don't really have any fair value gaps that we can really like stick it into. So pause. 5 minute. So we do have on the 5 minute this right here. Then we do have like this one. A small one right here that kind of got disrespected, like right here. Then we have another one that got disrespected right there. Yeah. So that's ES. Keep an eye out for that because practically, if you can kind of see, we're almost at the same target buy side liquidities. The two equals right here got a lot closer on ES, but then we have 2 or 3 sell side liquidities down here. But yeah, let's just kind of ignore that right now. Let's go back to the day because I'm afraid I read this wrong. Yes, we do have previous day low. The high already got taken out. We could be looking for shorts. We are in a bullish structure. But it could do like a little retrace. So I'm not married to bullish. Yeah. But yeah, I think we just have to kind of like wait here and see what the market does. Bro, I don't know what just happened. Or like, oh, I should have checked news. All right, guys, don't trade without checking news. That is my fault. We're gonna check news right now. See if anything just came out. Where's it? 8:30. So okay, 8:30 is market open. So really, that was market open, I guess. Uh, Monday, absolutely nothing, bro. Tuesday, we got hella red flags. From 5:30 a.m. all the way down. I guess I don't know. We'll see how it reacts tomorrow, but today we don't have anything. So, oops, there we go. Jeez, this is market open, by the way. Took out previous day, or not previous day highs. I guess that was previous day high right here. Took out my buy side liquidity though. Both of them. That's crazy. Uh, yeah. All right. Let's just continue to see what happens. All right. I just got rid of those bearish for value gaps because yeah, we disrespected them, so kind of ignoring them. Not really important if they're just gonna continue to get disrespected. Um, we know that they get disrespected. This took out a buy side liquidity. Could be aiming for short side or sell side liquidity. But yeah. Other than that, we're just gonna have to wait for this to close. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm waiting for this candle to close, and then I'm gonna see if this creates a fair value gap in here, and then if it retraces or disrespects that, then we'll probably take a trade off of that. Um, Honestly, actually, I'm gonna change that. If we create a fair value gap right here, a bullish fair value gap right here, and then it goes back up and respects it, and then or like goes up and then comes back down and respects it, then we will take off of one off of here because will be a swing high. Then, but if it disrespects this, I'll go strap down to the 1 minute time frame and take this sell side liquidity right here. That is my strategy. So let's just wait until this candle closes. All right, guys, so we disrespected this bullish fair value gap, and now we created this bearish fair value gap. So what I'm looking for is a retrace right into this bearish fair value gap, and then coming back down lower. If this gets respected, I'm taking shorts to this sell side liquidity right here. Only if this gets respected, though. All right, guys. So we disrespected this, and now we're disrespecting this. I'm not going to take the long here just because it disrespected this bullish for value gap, which means not really like, just because it disrespected this doesn't mean an inverse in like structure or trend. So I'm not going to take that long, but I will like forward test it. If we take like right here and aim for this, and then have our stop loss at 244. All right, we can forward test it. I'm not gonna take the long just because it disrespected that bear or bullish for value gap, so we don't have any confirmation that it really is gonna go up. I mean, we're in all-time highs on the market right now, so it's just gonna be honestly luck and gambling. But I'm not gonna be entering in the trade. Um, yeah. So I like this is a really difficult market. We're really not getting any like good price action here. Not any like structure, or imbalances that we can really take trades off of. And so I think honestly, you might not take a trade. We still have I must trade until 10:30 today, so we still have like an hour and 15 minutes. So we'll just have to see what happens. All right, guys, forward testing, and this is why we don't take that long. No structure, no confirmation going up to the upside and saying, let's take out this buy side liquidity. And now we didn't hit this buy side liquidity, and now we're inversing on this. So, like I said, there's just no confirmation going all the way up, and then there's no confirmation that it's going to come back down. So, good thing we did not take that trade. We would have got stopped out right there, lost a lot of money. So yeah, we can get rid of that. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, so I think we're gonna look for a bearish for value gap right here when this closes and the next candle closes, and then we'll see what happens when that happens. If that gets disrespected, we'll be aiming for these highs right here. So, and it'll probably drop down into the 1 minute and probably drop down into the 1 minute and take those trades if a bearish for value gap trades here. Well, I probably wouldn't aim for this one. I'd probably aim for this one just because it would have to close right above here, and that is just such a small target right there. So after this closes, if this makes a fair value gap, let's just say it closes like here, comes up here, could take these out. But if it closes right here and then it disrespects this, then we'll probably aim for here. But if it respects this, we'll probably aim for down here on this sell side liquidity. But now we just gotta wait for the market. All right, let me tell you where I want this to close. So if this body could close down below these, obviously took out both these sell side liquidities right here. If this body could close below that or keep going lower, and then create a fair value gap right here, that would be amazing. Because if we create a fair value gap right here and then respect or disrespect that, we could aim for up here. I mean, realistically though, we are really gonna stick to the plane right here and just kind of like right there. It's gonna be like if anything closes above this, we'll aim here on the 1 minute time frame. Just to be safe, and kind of stick to my trading plan because that's like what you're supposed to do. So obviously stick to my trading plan. Otherwise, yeah, ES is dumping as well right into a 15-minute fair value gap right here. Have this huge 15-minute fair value gap. It's gonna dump and then keep going higher probably. If it disrespects that though, that'd be low-key insane. Because you already took out previous day low, I believe, because this is previous day high. And I marked out. Oh wait, no, previous day low is right here. I don't think we're gonna take that out. But yeah, dump into this 15-minute fair value gap, which is humongous on ES right here, and probably gonna keep going higher after that. And then this, we'll see what happens with this. Let's take a look at this 15-minute. So 15-minute, absolute chop. It's literally the same candle 4 times in a row. Yeah. Let's look at the 10-minute real quick. So 10-minute, we're creating this fair value gap right here, which is kind of nicer. Honestly, since yeah, we'll probably take this right here on the 1 minute. If we take this fair value gap on the 1 minute, then that would be better. Just because we'll have a bigger target for these buy side liquidities, and then we'll take that trade. But we are just gonna have to wait. So I'll come back when that happens. All right, so like I said, this created a 5-minute fair value gap, bearish side, and I I really want to wait for the 10-minute just because if this respects this, we're gonna keep going lower. But if it disrespects this, we're gonna keep going higher. But if it disrespects this is just such a short um this is just such a short target from here to the buy side liquidity, and I'd rather have a bigger target just to give us some room, which is why I'm scared that this is gonna be. Well, I think this 10-minute fair value gap is gonna be better. So I think that we'll probably take one off the 10-minute and keep going higher off of that because ES tapped into that 15-minute and is definitely gonna keep going higher because we're at all-time highs. Also, tomorrow I might not take a trade because it is red folder news like 10 times over. So I think it's like 4 times over actually, like four red folder news. So don't really know if I'll take a trade. Oh, will this create a fair value gap? It's getting really close, bro. Let's see what's going on in the 5-minute. So if we mark this out, you might just stick to the 5-minute because we can take one on the 1 minute then. We got 5-minute fair value gap right here. And we'll just have to wait until this disrespects or respects it. All right, I'll just wait until the market closes. Or not market close, but until I'm gonna just wait for the market to do its thing. All right, kind of just like the last trade, like this one right over here. If this creates a fair value gap, we are gonna have to wait until this bearish or bullish comes back into this fair value gap. If this creates one here and push higher, because we are not gonna want to get chopped out right there. Because if then there's really no confirmation other than just the inverse right here, uh, with an imbalance that needs to get filled. So if this creates a bullish fair value gap, that needs to get filled and then push higher, and then we can take longs. Otherwise, if that gets inversed, we might be looking for shorts. I'll see when that happens, but because we'll be inversing this and then inversing this, which is like kind of just what happened last time, which made no sense to take, obviously, and then um kind of got stopped out there. So yeah, let's just wait until and see what happens. All right, so I'm really still waiting for this to come down and respect this bearish fair value gap before I get this trade, because yes, we're in all-time highs, and yes, it's most likely about to go higher after disrespecting this bearish fair value gap if it closes above this, which it still has 2 minutes left. But I would really, really, really like to see it come down and then shoot higher. Just it'd be way better. It'd make more sense, and I don't want to get stopped out like here and then boom, come back down reverse, and not take out these buy side liquidities. And really, this is not even taking out on ES either. Oh, I guess it just took them out right there. I think we're just gonna wait for the market. All right, this is a good example of like a SMT. So on ES, it took out these highs, right? If you can see my cursor over here, it took out these highs right here. On MNQ, or like the NASDAQ NQ, it did not take out these highs yet. But now it really, really, really does not have to, because it already took them out on ES. It took out these highs. It does not need to take out these highs on NQ. If ES starts dumping and passes these things, this does not have to rise up and come and get these highs and they get this liquidity. This liquidity is sold on ES, on the S&P 500. So we're not gonna take this trade unless it really comes back down, respects this, disrespects this, target and then targets this. So probably another trade we just won't take. After that, let's just continue to wait for the market, see if any other opportunities arise. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes till 10:30, so literally the last of this candle, which means we probably will not be taking a trade. So no trade today. Horrible price action. Didn't want to do what I wanted it to do. Didn't really follow any of my rules. So no trade today. Which is okay. We still got tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and probably will not trade Friday though. about recap trades on Friday, see if there was anything. So there still will probably be a YouTube video. But anyways, I will see you guys later.